Hello everyone and welcome to Dueling with Downton, and today let's talk about maximums. More specifically, how we could develop / improve maximums within the rush dueling format. Now, with the introduction of fusions and our commonly known archetypes getting continuous support, there's a small possibility of us seeing a decrease within characters in the anime and real life players like you and me using maximums. Simply because soon they just would not be able to keep up within this forever evolving game. So what's the solution? The solution is to support maximums, evolve the mechanic, make it more entertaining and interesting to use. Maximum summoning, personally, I find it really fun and enjoyable. But at the same time, I do feel like now with fusions coming in, maximums might be a bit too weak. So let's evolve them, let's change them, let's bring them something fresh. This is how I would do it. This idea uses a recycled gimmick from the Master Dueling format. However, please just hear me out when I say this, because the returning gimmick is something that isn't massive, but it was simple yet effective at the time. I'm referring to rank up magic. However, because according to our knowledge, ranked monsters don't exist within rush duels, plus XYZ summoning doesn't exist as well. And obviously, rank up magic works on XYZ monsters. So this gimmick would kind of have similarities to rank up magic, but would have different names, and the card text would focus on evolving maximums to their greatest potential. So then, how would this work in relation to maximums? Well, at first I thought, why don't we just change the center maximum monster? But then from a design point of view, this would just look horrible. So I thought, okay, what about a different approach? Let's look at it from a sales and collectors point of view. Changing out all three maximum monsters I thought would be the better option, and not only would it be good for collectors, but it also give us some alternative artwork for our favourite maximums that we've come to know and love. Obviously staying in line with the original maximum monster design, but giving it a bit more of a fresher, more vibrant look, I think would be an amazing thing. Now these cards would be stored within the extra deck and be called something along the lines of extra maximum. The skill of these extra maximum monsters would keep in line with its original effect from its normal maximum counterpart, but they would have gained an extra buff, an upgraded form of that effect, so to speak. If these cards needed, we could give them completely new, different effects to make it worthwhile using the monsters so that it's different and feels different and fresher than the original monster counterpart. So, yeah, I mean, just basically making it a bit more viable and a bit more usable. Getting this onto the field. So then, in order to get these extra maximums onto the field, it's quite simple. You first need to summon the original maximum monster onto your side of the field. So, let's just say we've got Yuga's Maximum Overload. We would then need the spell card that would allow us to evolve our maximum monster. This could be called something along the lines of Maximum Evolution. Now, another idea of naming the spell card could be based on something unique towards the character who is using it within the anime. So for Yuga, we could call it something along the lines of Evolution Road. Neil would be Evolution Providence, Asana, Evolution Pride, and well, for Hunt, who knows, who cares, maybe something along the lines of Evolution Profit. However, no matter what the spell card is called, they all have the same effect and same card text. They just have different names. Again, it's just a promotional thing or collectible items that you could sell later on in the future. Just have a specific basic name that you can sell outwards, like I said, Maximum Evolution. Once the Maximum Evolution spell card is activated, you would then simply send the original maximum monster from your field to the graveyard, and then boom, your extra deck maximum has been summoned. You can now use all of its new, brand new, spanking new, great skills. Now, I understand that a few issues might arise from this gimmick being implemented into the rush dueling format. Let's go over a few possible scenarios / issues that might occur and just kind of give you an example of a few. Deck building. In order to utilize this gimmick properly, you might need to run multiple copies of the maximum you wish to focus using. So this could take up a good amount of space within your deck before you even started dueling. For example, if you're using 3 copies of your maximum, this takes up 9 monster cards within your deck, and 3 copies of the spell card that allows you to maximum evolution, you would take up 3. So that's 12 cards already used out of your possible 40 to 60 cards in your deck that you're allowed to put in. And if you're really crazy, you could be using 9 out of your 15 possible extra deck cards that you're allowed to put into your deck in order to summon these extra maximums multiple times when your first one gets destroyed, and your second, and so forth. Another issue / question that could arise is, what happens when these extra maximums are destroyed? Well, they're sent to the graveyard just like any other normal monster being destroyed, but again, you can only resummon 1 maximum extra monster from your graveyard at once. So if you got Monster Reborn, you can't bring back all 3 pieces to your field. You can only bring back, say, the right, the left, or the centerpiece. This is kind of similar to how the original maximum monsters work, because once they're destroyed, they break up into 3 individual cards. So we're sticking along the same lines with those. However, despite these issues with like deck building and what impact these could have on the game, it just comes down to creating more of a thought-provoking process that could help develop you as a deck builder and you as a strategic thinker when it comes to playing the game, which in turn makes the game more fun and more exciting. Now, of course, if there are any more issues or questions that you think of, let me know in the comments down below and we'll have a discussion about them together. But again, the main focus of this development within maximum summoning, this evolution if you want to, is to basically make it more viable and keep it compatible and competitive when it comes to comparing them to fusions and other mechanics that could be introduced into rush duels later on down the line. Because if we look at the episode where fusions was first brought in, maximums were absolutely stomped out. This makes me a little bit worried as to the viability and lifeline of maximums moving forward. So hopefully there's a solution within rush dueling that comes out later that again solves this issue of maximums potentially having a decrease in usage because they're just not as powerful as the other mechanics that keep getting introduced. But again, this is just a crazy idea that I thought of, and you might have your own ideas as to how we can develop / make maximums better in the future. If you do, let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, hit that like button, subscribe, all that good stuff, and of course, I'll be seeing you next time. Have a great day, alligator, madane, goodbye.